Good morning to all of you. So last class we have seen energy of electron in the different Bohr's orbits. First orbit energy is minus 13.6 electron volts of hydrogen atom. Second orbit is minus 3.4 electron volt, and third orbit is minus 1.51 electron volt, and the fourth orbit is minus 0.85 electron volt, etc. And for n equal to infinity, energy equals 0. So we are seeing different discrete energy levels. Today we are going to discuss with the origin of spectral lines. Origin of spectral lines of hydrogen atom. So we have seen the third postulate of Bohr. According to third postulate of Bohr, when an electron makes a transition from higher energy states, outer orbit, to the lower energy level, inner orbits, the difference of energy is emitted in the form of electromagnetic waves of particular frequency, and the equation is E2 minus E1 equal to hg. This is the equation. E2 is higher energy, outer orbit energy, and E1 is inner orbit energy. But general equation for energy is total energy in orbit is equal to minus 2 pi square m k square z square e to the power 4 divided by n square h square. So this is the total energy equation in terms of many variables. Minus 2 pi square m k square z square. K square z square into so for outer orbits, N2 outer orbit energy is E2. So outer one is marked as N2. Inner one is marked as N1 energy is E1. So we can write energies of outer orbit and inner orbit as like this. Slight change in this, its work can be replaced by n by n2 and n by n2. So this is minus 2 pi square m k square z square divided by n2 square h square. Similarly, E1 is equal to minus 2 pi square m k square z square divided by n1 square h square. These are the energy levels. Subtract the value E2 minus E1. So we have subtracted the value E2 minus E1. Common things can. So this 2 pi square m, when I write E2 minus E1, is divided by substituting common things can be outside. 2 pi square m k square z square e to the power 4 divided by h square is a common. And you have 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2. This is equal to h cube. So 2 pi square m k square z square e to the power 4 divided by n square. That will be h square is taken as a common value. H or frequency will be converting as C by lambda. So next step will be frequency C by lambda. Same equation. The 2 pi square and k square z square e to the power 4 divided by h square is 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. This is h into C by lambda. X and C coming to the denominator. So we are getting 1 by lambda here. So 1 by lambda is equal to h is coming with h square, h cube, and c is also coming here. So we are getting this as 2 pi square and k square z square e to the power 4 divided by h cube into 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n. So this is according to third postulate. We substitute the values of energy here. And here variable is z square, except z square, all other things are constant, and that constant we are writing as a Rydberg constant. This is r z square in 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon. This is Rydberg equation for the explanation of spectral lines. Write bar equation for the explanation of spectral lines. Where R value is right bar constant R equal to where R equal to 2 pi square and k square into the power 4 divided by CH is called right bar constant. This constant is known as right bar constant and its value on calculation equal to 1.097 into 10⁻⁷ is power minus 1. So this will be the value of right bar constant 2 pi square and k square e to the power 4 divided by CH is the right bar constant. And for hydrogen atoms that equal to 1. So 1 by lambda equal to R into 1 upon n square minus 1 upon. So this equation is known as Rydberg formula, and Bohr used this equation to explain the different spectral lines or series of hydrogen atoms. So according to this equation, we have definite values of n1, n2. So we have definite wavelength. So we get only a line spectrum, not the continuous spectrum as proposed by Rutherford. So this gives a line spectrum. So hydrogen spectrum is a line spectrum. So before Bohr's theory of this equation, many scientists they have already observed different spectral series, Lyman series, Balmer series, etc. So Bohr gave an explanation for that. Different spectral series of hydrogen. First one is Lyman series. First one is Lyman series. This is in ultraviolet region. We get a set of wavelength when electron jumps to the first orbit from any higher orbit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. When it comes from second to third to first, fourth to first. Any outer orbit, when electron jumps from any outer orbit to the inner orbit after an excitation. So all this wavelength are particular, they will be lying in is called Lyman series. So this kind of series obtained when n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to 2, 3, 4, etc. up to infinity. This is the Lyman series. And the corresponding equation will be 1 by lambda equal to R into 1 upon n1 square. n1 square is 1 square upon n2 square. n2 the values are 1 there, and the values are 2. Corresponding to 2, you get 1 wavelength, 3 you get another, and 4 etc. And 1 will be maximum wavelength and 1 will be minimum. The maximum wavelength will get when electron jumps from immediate outer to the inner. 2 to 1 will get longest wavelength or maximum wavelength. When it is coming from infinity to 1, they will get minimum or shortest. In all cases, when immediate outer to inner, you will get longest or maximum wavelength. And from infinity to the inner one, you will get minimum wavelength. So this is the first equation, 1 by lambda equal to Lyman series lies in UV region. And second series is Balmer series. It is lying in the visible region, very important one, which is the visible region of electromagnetic spectrum. This is obtained when electron jumps to the second orbit from any outer orbit, 3, 4, 5, etc. Electron jumps from any outer orbit, means 3, 4, 5, etc. Second orbit. So we get a set of wavelength and they are coming to the visible region. So you remember this is the Balmer series, second series. And third series we are writing for when electrons n1 equal to 3, third one, that we call it as Classen series. Here it is in the IR region, n1 equal to here 3, n2 is equal to 4, 5, etc. up to infinity. So when electron jumps to the third orbit from any other outer orbits, that is from 4, 5, 6, etc., then you will get as Paschen series. It is lying in the IR region. And next one, fourth one, bracket series. This is available when n1 is equal to 4 and n2 is equal to 5, 6, etc. up to infinity. When electron jumps to the fourth orbit from any outer orbit, 5, 6, 7, etc. to the fourth, we get a set of rays. They are coming again in the far end of IR radiations. We get as bracket series. Again, one more IR series, that is fund series. FUN, fund series, is obtained when n1 equal to 5 and n2 is equal to 6, 7, etc. And this was also lying for IREG. So these are the different spectral series of hydrogen, and Bohr explained them very clearly, successfully in all the formations. Okay, so first one is in Lyman series in the UV region, very important one, and second is Balmer, visible. Other three are in IR region. Corresponding equation will get maximum wavelength. Will get when it is electron make transfer from immediate outer to the inner, and minimum when it is from infinity to the inner corresponding inner orbits. So these points are very important when you get the maximum and minimum wavelength. So this point is very important point. And if you can draw an energy level diagram for showing the different spectral series, that also you can show. Energy level diagram is along the y-axis to show the energies of different objects. So this is energy level diagram that is different series. This is n equal to 1, we call it as a ground state minimum energy level minus 13.6 electron volt. And here we can mark minus 3.4 electron volt per second and is equal to 2. N equal to 3 is minus 1.51 electron volt closer. And n equal to 3 is here. N equal to 4 again for pass minus 0.85 electron volt. N equal to 2. So like this you can mark n equal to 5 and equal to and infinity. N equal to infinity. So second to the first and third to the first and fourth to the first and fifth to the first, all those are coming first coming in Lyman series. Then third to second, fourth to second, fifth to second, second to infinity. This is called Balmer series. Visible written. And the fourth to the third, fifth to the and sixth and from infinity, we are getting it as a Lyman series. And next one, fifth to the fourth, sixth to one, and from infinity, we are getting a Lyman series. And from 6 to 5, 7, infinity, we are getting as now the energy level diagram to depict different spectral series of Einstein. Okay. And maximum and minimum wavelength in Lyman series and Balmer series you have learned. So that I'm saying that the maximum wavelength in Lyman series is 122.6 nanometer and minimum wavelength is 91.2 nanometer. And in the case of Balmer series, the maximum wavelength is 656.3 nanometer and minimum is 364.6 nanometer. So just recognize these values of two series, maximum and minimum series, and they are very important for examination. Okay, next we see what are the limitations of Bohr's theory. So we see that Bohr's theory is applicable only to simplest atom like hydrogen. With Z equal to 1, it fails in the case where Z is greater than 1. Second, the Bohr theory does not explain why orbits of electrons are taken as circular, whereas elliptical orbits are also possible. Bohr explained with the circular orbits. And we have seen this different spectral series. There is a difference in the intensity and fine spectrum. So Bohr could not explain that. Bohr theory does not explain relative intensity of spectral lines, different intensity of spectral lines, and the fine structure of spectral lines even in hydrogen atom. So that was a drawback. And fourth one, does not explain the wave property of electron. Bohr theory does not explain the wave property of electron. So some limitations. These are the limitations that you have to. And last point of this chapter, you have to say, so one mark question. What is excitation potential, excitation energy, ionization energy, and ionization potential? Yeah. First point, what is excitation energy and excitation potential? Excitation means you give energy, the electron will take that energy and goes from inner orbit to any outer orbit. It can go from first to second, first to third, first to fourth, anywhere. Second to third, anywhere it can go. That is called excitation energy. So the energy required to take an electron, sufficient to go an electron from inner orbit to outer orbit, any outer orbit, that is called excitation energy. And the potential difference that you are applying and the accelerating potential sufficient to take the electron from inner to any outer is called accelerating potential, or we call it as excitation potential. If you calculate excitation energy, you can calculate excitation potential. So how will you calculate? We can just see, for example, all the values are E1, E2, E3, and E4, and up to infinity. So these values you have to remember. What is the excitation energy of first excited state of hydrogen atom? N equal to 1 is the minimum energy level, that is known as ground level, ground energy level. Except the ground level, all are called excited energy. So N equal to 2 is considered as the first excited energy. This is very important. This is the first excited state, and this is second excited state. This is the third excited state. So first excited state का मतलब है N equal to 2. Second excited state means N equal to 3. So that point is very important. Ground level is taken as N equal to 1. So to take an electron, especially from hydrogen, take the electron from first orbit to the second orbit, what is the excitation energy? Energy difference. So excitation energy. Excitation energy for first excited stage. That means electron is going from N is 1 to N is equal to 2. Energy 1 to energy 2. What is the difference in the energy? That is excitation energy for first stage going by E2 minus 2. That is equal to values of 20 minus 3.4 minus 13.6 electron volt. This is minus 3.4 plus 13.6 is equal to. So on calculation, we are getting the value as 10.2. This is 10.2 electron volt. So this is excitation energy for first excited state. Excitation energy. 10 point electron volt. If you are asked to find out, therefore excitation potential is instead of electron volt we write this for 10.2 volt. So it is very important. If excitation potential is given as 10.2 volt, what is excitation energy? It is 10.2 electron. Like this, we can calculate for any other state. You can calculate for second excited state, third excited state, etc. You can calculate. You can do as a homework, practice this value, excitation. So excitation energy and potentials are different for different states. Next point, what is the meaning of ionization energy? Ionization energy or ionization potential means, ionization means it is the phenomenal removal of electron from the outermost orbit to infinite distance. Remove means from infinite distance, remove from the outermost orbit to infinite distance. That is, this the energy required of taking an electron to remove the electron from the outermost orbit to infinite distance is called ionization, infinite level. And the potential, minimum accelerating potential, which would provide electron energy sufficient just to remove it from the outermost orbit, is called ionization potential. For an atom, it will be single value, unique value. For hydrogen atom, one electron is there, that is the first orbit. So ionization energy means is from there you want to take to infinite orbits. So ionization energy. For hydrogen atom, that is N1 2, N equal to 1 2, you are taking N equal to infinity the so energy is here E1 and E infinity. So ionization energy for hydrogen atom is E infinity minus E1. E infinity is equal to 0. E infinity is equal to 0 minus So this will become plus 13.6 electron volt. So this is the ionization energy for hydrogen atom to take the electron from the first order to infinity. Minus 13 plus 13.6 electron volt is ionization. What is ionization potential? If you are asking ionization potential, just remove the electron from here, electron. So ionization potential for hydrogen atom is 10.2. So we are getting it as 13.6 electron volt. So ionization energy is 13.6 electron volt. Therefore, ionization potential for hydrogen atom is 13.6. It is a unique to value. So ionization potential is constant for an atom, whereas excitation potentials are not constant for an atom. That depends upon from which orbit the electron is. So these points are very, very important. So you can go for a numerical for this, but to just numericals I am just reading out, just calculate that. What is the ratio of the radius of the orbits corresponding to first excited state and ground state of hydrogen? All of you can do in the copy. Equation is already known to you. Arc equation is in front of you. You will learn the equation R equal to n square by z into 0.529 angstrom. You have to find out the ratio of the radius of orbits corresponding to first excited state to the ground state. Ground state is n equal to 1. First excited state is n equal to 2. So as board question, you can calculate the value. Can anyone? R equal to n square by z into 0.529 angstrom. Ratio of the first excited states to ground states. First excited state stands for n equal to. That is R2 equal to square by z. Z is 1.529 angstrom equal to 1. And ground states n equal to 1. That is going to be R1. It is 1 square divided by 1 into 0.5. Equals to it is R2 by R1. One more question. Next one question is calculate third orbit of hydrogen atom and the energy of electron in that orbit. You know the values, but equation, ready-made equation you can write. Calculate the third Bohr's orbit and the energy corresponding to that orbit. Third orbit radius of hydrogen atom R equal to n square by z 0.529. Third orbit. Third orbit n equal to 3. R equal to 3 square by 1 equal to 0.529. So that is 9 into 0.529. 9 into 0.529 angstrom. You can calculate this value 4.761 angstrom. This is the third orbit, R3. You can mark it as radius of the third orbit of hydrogen. And what will be the energy corresponding to this? Energy equation is already known. Total energy is equal to minus z square divided by n square into 13.6 electron volt. You are familiar with this equation. Z square by n square. So z equal to 1. So this is equal to third orbit n equal to minus 1 divided by 9 into 13.6 electron volt. That is already known. This third orbit energy E3. That is equal to minus 1.51 electron. So this is the way the question is there. You can easily recognize these values. So these questions are very important. I'm just reading another question that is also a good question. You can do this. Using Bohr's formula for energy quantization, determine the excitation case 1, the excitation energy of N equal to 3 level of He plus atom. So the equation also can be used for hydrogen like He plus and Li2 plus. He plus the excitation energy of N equal to 3 of He plus atom. First one. And second one, ionization potential. Ionization potential for ground state. Ionization potential for ground state. For ground state of Li2 plus lithium plus. So one electron is available in helium and one electron is available in Li. 2 plus ions there again. So calculate this value and calculate. Excitation energy of N equal to 3 level of He plus and ionization potential of ground state of Li2 plus. You can take a minute for calculation. Equation energy equal to Z square minus Z square upon N square. Right? Total energy equal to minus Z square divided by N square into 13.6 electron volts. So what will write? Excitation energy of N equal to 3 of He plus. So case 1 for He. For He Z equal to, you are trying it as 2. Z equal to N equal to 3. So N equal to 1 to N equal to 3 electron is taking here. Electron is moving from N equal to 1 to N equal to 3. So excitation energy is equal to E3 minus E14 He plus atom. What is the value of E3 from here? You can write E3 is minus 2 square divided by 3 square into 13.6 minus or minus again 2 square divided by 1 square into 13. So you are getting this as this is equal to minus 4 by 9 into 13.6. This becomes plus, that is 4 into 13.6. 4 into 13.6 can be taken as common outside. So excitation energy is equal to 4 by 9 into 13.6 outside into 1 minus. 1 is here, minus 1 upon 9. Minus 1 minus 1 upon 9 is 8 by 9. So you can calculate this value, this substitute value and calculate. Four into 13.6 is 3 now. 1 minus 1 upon. This is equal to calculate the value 4 into 13.6 into 8 by 9. So many electron volts. Anyone calculated? The value is 48.36 electron volts. Similarly, you can go for Li, that is for ground state from infinity. So E infinity minus E1 you have to calculate for Li2 plus. So you will be getting approximately 122.2 volt for that. So do that points in the topic. Okay, so we'll stop this remaining part. So this chapter is completed. Go for the numerical from NCERT. And the remaining part is for nucleus. Some topics are there, and many of the topics are already deleted. That will continue.